The Deuter Freerider Pro 28 SL pack is built for those who are heading outdoors in the winter and need a pack that can do it all. This is specifically built for snow gear, so it's got organizational solutions and different carry options that allow you to carry skis, a snowboard, snowshoes, or whatever else you can throw at it. The suspension system is ready for chilly weather, and you can even access the inside of your pack from the back panel. There are straps and bungees on the front for lashing gear, but they tuck away conveniently when you don't need them. There's specific pockets on the inside of the pack for things like a shovel handle. You've even got a place where you can store your helmet. So let's take a look at its many features. Now this is the women's version, so it's called the SL version, stands for slimline. It's got women's specific features. So I'm gonna turn the pack around and just talk about the back panel first. Now you've got Deuter's Alpine back system, which is a pretty simple system here, but it gives you this nice chimney right in the middle. Because you're gonna be out in chilly temperatures, they do give you enough ventilation here so that when you're building up some heat on your back, that actually is gonna vent and it's gonna keep your back dry, which is important when you're outside and important when it's cold. Now these pads on the side give you lots of support and lots of comfort, and even though this is such a small pack, it does have a pretty substantial suspension system because they assume you're going to be carrying some heavy things like skis or a snowboard on the outside of the pack. So a nice suspension system here, lots of padding. The other thing I like about the materials on the back panel is that snow isn't going to get caught on the back here. So if you do happen to put this on the ground, you can just wipe the snow off, so it's not going to get caught there and melt later when it's on your back. As far as the shoulder straps here, this is the women's specific pack, so you do have nice contours in the shoulder straps. It's nice and tapered down here towards the bottom. And the SL version has a slightly shorter torso length, so it's gonna work with torsos from 15 inches up to 20 inches. You don't have a truly adjustable torso, but you do have load lifter straps here that allow you to kind of adjust that strap. And then working down to the hip belt, you also have a nice contoured hip belt here. It's a really substantial hip belt for such a small pack, again, because you're going to be carrying a heavy weight. This hip belt is actually removable, so if you don't need it for any reason, you can take it off the pack. There's just a panel of Velcro behind there. But if I go to the lumbar pad down here, they give you lots of support to carry a heavy load. Now on the front of the hip belt, you do have a hip belt pocket there to store smaller items. You have one on either side. You also have a hydration compatible system here, and I've got a Deuter hydration bladder on the inside. You can see it just routes out either side, so you can carry water with you when you're out. I don't have an insulation sleeve on this hose, but if you're going to be out in really cold temperatures, I would suggest getting an insulator so that the water in the hose doesn't freeze. But those hydration systems are sold separately, and they just hang on the inside in a designated pocket for that. While we're on the back of the pack, I do want to point out this large zippered opening here. This is really convenient, both if you're carrying gear on the front of your pack and you want to access the contents. You don't have to take all that gear off the pack to access what's inside. You can just set the pack down on the ground and then open it up this way. So you can see you can access whatever you've got inside that main compartment. It's a pretty big compartment. I've just got an extra layer in here and some other gear, so you can really store a lot in there. Again, I've got the hydration system tucked away back there. And the other thing about this is that you can set everything down and you don't have to worry about the back panel getting covered in snow. So you can actually set that down on the ground. So really convenient access. You can also access it from the front, but this gives you kind of two different options to get into that pocket. Another interesting feature while I've got this open is part of the back panel is a foam sheet. You can actually remove that and use it as a foam pad. So let's say you're working on your skis or something like that on the ground. You can use that to either kneel on, or you can use that to put some items or tools on that so they don't get lost in the snow. So that's kind of a cool feature. It just tucks away right there in the back panel, but you can just slide that foam mat right out. Obviously, a standout feature here is the ability to carry different types of gear on the outside of the pack. So perfect for skis, snowboard, snowshoes. You can actually carry skis a couple of different ways. You can carry them on the side here, you can carry them vertically or diagonally on the pack. So however you like to carry the skis, you can. You've got a really durable holder right here towards the bottom, and then you've got straps on either side. Now on the front of the pack, you've got a few features that actually are tucked away, which give it a really clean look. You don't have all kinds of little straps and bungees hanging out on the front of the pack. So I want to expose some of them here, and this allows you to carry gear right on the front of your pack. So those two are tucked away. You've got two on the other side, and really easy to carry something right here, vertically or horizontally on the front of the pack. You also have tool loops down here on the bottom. So I've got one there, got one on the other side. You can carry anything from an ice axe to a shovel, to trekking poles or ski poles or whatever you need. Then you have a bungee right up here that's on a daisy chain. So you can actually move this bungee up and down on either side. The other thing that's great about these straps is they're nice and durable. So you've got really durable materials there that would come into contact with the sharp parts of your skis or snowboard. But if you don't have the pack packed out completely, you can actually use these straps to compress the pack. You've got straps on the side too. So this is the perfect option for a full day out in the backcountry. Now, lastly, I just want to talk about some of the other pockets here. One of my favorite pockets is right up top. I've got a pair of goggles tucked away in there, and it's a nice fleece-lined pocket, a pretty small pocket, so if you don't have goggles, you could just put some smaller items you don't want to get lost in the pack. We talked about that main body, which you can access from the back. It's also a panel loading pack, so you can access that same compartment right here on top, and that zipper goes all the way around. And then on the front of the pack is kind of where you have some of your safety gear. So I want to go through the smaller compartments inside. So this is the place I would store my first aid kit or anything you want to get your hands on really quickly. I've got a shovel tucked away in here, so that fits really nicely down in the bottom of this pocket. The pocket actually goes all the way to the bottom of the pack. And then I've got the shovel handle here in a designated pocket. This is also great because it's kind of a skinny pocket, but it's long, so you've got all those essentials there. This would be a great place for ski skins or something like that. Probes would fit really well into this little pocket here. And then you do have a smaller pocket there. I have a headlamp in there, but great place for a first aid kit as well. So those items that you want to have separated from the rest of your gear. It's also great because you can put wet gear up front and you can put all your dry gear in the back. So really great organization on this pack for anyone adventuring outdoors in the winter. You want to carry all your gear with you. The Deuter Freerider Pro 28 SL pack is a great option. Thanks for watching. If you have additional questions about the gear you just saw, please feel free to visit backcountryedge.com and get in touch with me or one of our other gear specialists. We also have technical specs about that gear on the product pages of our website, and oftentimes we have bonus videos. If you like our channel, please subscribe.